Russia has been supporting the anti-colonial African movement for the last 100 years. That by 1900, the whole of Africa had been colonized, except for Ethiopia. We had feudal chiefs who were incapable, who could not defend our independence. And Africa had been ravaged by the slave trade for almost 400 years before the colonization of 1900. Fortunately, and that's how Russia comes in. In 1917, a new force took over Russia. These were the Bolsheviks. I don't know what problems you have with the Bolsheviks, whether you like them or you don't, but for us, we appreciate them because they supported our anti-colonial struggle. And that is our relationship with Russia. As a student leader and as a leader in other capacities, I therefore have been following, and I never saw Gromyko coming here. He was the foreign minister for a long time. He never came. The other leaders, Kosygin, never came. But you have come, so we welcome you here. However, the fact that no high-ranking Russian leader has ever come here, Russia has been supporting the anti-colonial African movement for the last 100 years. I've informed you in our private meeting that by 1900, the whole of Africa had been colonized, except for Ethiopia. Africa had been colonized partly because of our internal weaknesses. We had feudal chiefs who were incapable, who could not defend our independence. And Africa had been ravaged by the slave trade for almost 400 years before the colonization of 1900. When the African chiefs failed to defend our independence, the Africans started organizing, led by new forces. And the first group was in South Africa in 1912, when the African National Congress was founded. That was now the modern African anti-colonial resistance movement. Fortunately, and that's how Russia comes in. In 1917, a new force took over Russia. These were the Bolsheviks. I don't know what problems you have with the Bolsheviks, whether you like them or you don't, but for us, we appreciate them because they supported us. They started supporting our anti-colonial struggle. And that is our relationship with Russia. Russia, so the Soviet Union, supporting the anti-colonial movement in Africa. Then in 1949, we were also lucky to have a new force, the communists, taking over China, the big country of China. And again, they supported us. Then we had some other socialist countries, Cuba and so on. So therefore, whenever issues come up, and some people want us to take positions against Russia, we say, but you people, these people have been with us for the last 100 years. How can we be automatically against them? We have even forgiven our former enemies, the colonialists, the ones who had colonized us, the ones who had actually taken slaves from here and did bad things. We are forgiving them and we are working with them. How can we be against somebody who has never harmed us and who instead helped us? Yes, when the Russians make mistakes, in 1968, I was in the university and I was in the streets in Dar es Salaam demonstrating against Brezhnev's decision to invade Czechoslovakia to overthrow Alexander Dubček. So, if Russia makes mistakes, then we tell them, like we did in 1968. But when they have not made a mistake, we cannot be against them. So this is point number one. This is the historical context which those who are ignorant about world affairs should know. Because there seems to be a lot of ignorance in world affairs. People have very limited understanding of philosophy, of strategy, which we don't accept. For us, we have got our clear position as part of the African Liberation Movement. We know who is who and who is doing what and why, and we know where we stand. Coming to today, we have got a lot of potential. Well, of course, we have been working with Russia and with the Soviet Union before, especially in the areas of security. Our first Air Force was trained by Czechs. We used to buy equipment from Czechoslovakia, and then the Soviet Union itself, and we have been working with them on the security field. But now we have added new areas. The Joint Permanent Commission is going to meet in October and go into the details of
it, guys. Our African leaders are really trying their best to manage Africa's challenges as much as they are. And when we show these speeches here on this channel, we actually encourage to share our thoughts in the comments. And so whatever it is you guys think about these speeches, please do share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please share and like and subscribe, because that's the way you support Kwazemi as a channel, an Afrocentric channel, where we try to understand deeper issues in African history and hopefully develop a collective intelligence on how we wish to build the Africa we want to see as people of Africa. See you in the next one.